Cheers, cheers. Toast the crime, the crime, the crime.
Got another one.
What is all the fussing for? Some need they discussing more. Always been a team player. This season I'm shooting more.
Thoughts that I brainstorm, strapped with the 8 long. Bullets about the size of an acorn. Headshots, leaving your face gone. Bought your mixtape just to break up an 8th on. I skate on, rugged terrain, all custom apparel. Frontin' I air you and give it to whoever is near you. This is bad food. I'm Yogi out in Yellowstone. Elbow your dome, then I light an elder blow. I bang hella chrome. I spent years in the weapon cage, so anything you shooting is featherweight. I demonstrate, your arm ain't safe. Watch me penetrate. Levitate your soul from your body, send it to heaven's gate. 2 ghosts there, you looking eye to eye with the guard. Your timing is off, I took time designing this cloth. I am the boss, and most of y'all rhyming is frauds. Your lying dog couldn't see me with a line involved. I iron your jaw. You can't stop me. I dead cats and throw them over shoulder. King Jaffe, you not me. Just another mumble mouth wannabe. I smoke the bonsai tree just to calm my chi. Off niggas ain't harming me. Y'all niggas been dead, looking like zombs to me. Time for war, I came with bombs with me. Simtech, that's some bomb sticky. I get them off quickly. Tell me what is all the fussing for? I'm the one they came to see. It's me they discussing more. I'm the one they rooting for. Always been a team player. This season I'm shooting more. Better tuck in your chain, punk. I just lost my job and you looking like steak chump. If my ribs touching, someone's getting their face cut. Approaching they whip, 9 on me with a blade in my change cup. Cause real life, y'all don't know the struggle I deal with. All the letdowns and the pain that I'm built with. Smoking back to back to prevent me from killing. Almost hit the neighbor when I shot the toast through the ceiling. See, I was out in Texas pushing weapons to rednecks. A few death threats from the women I slept with. Heartache and hard is what they was left with. Your best bet, move the fuck on and accept it. Who wants war with he who loves friction the most? You're good and all, I'm more non-fictional though. I get it and go, and I ain't gotta wait for it to happen. As soon as the body drops, I get him fitted for the casket. Bastard, a headshot or force him to a back.
Are you or a loved one suffering from white guilt? Could you stop? My name is Candace Owens, and you are watching White Guilt. If I was walking down the street and I saw somebody punching himself in the face, I would probably keep walking. But I can no longer ignore this trend of white guilt. For those of you that are unaware, there is a growing group of white people in this country who have accepted the ridiculous notion that being born white automatically registers them as a social offender. They try to right the sin of their complexion by running around social media yelling at other white people for stating their opinions. For example, if white man A comments on Facebook, "I don't think players should kneel for the national anthem," then guilty white man B swoops in like, "You can't comment, you don't have melanin in your skin." Really? This is a trend that needs to die. Why on earth wouldn't a white person be able to give his opinion just because...
You're listening to Drive-By Headlines with Harry A.K. The Brave. That was a PSA, by the way.
Piece of garbage.
PSA. All right, so...
Who was that?
I thought it was a comedy skit.
Candace Owens. Candace Owens talking about white guilt. How, you know, white people feel... Some white people feel like they have to bend over backwards, then do a backflip, and then end up in a yoga, you know, stance because they feel guilty. Whatever. Whatever. I don't see many people like that. New Haven. Anyway. All right, Joe. Drive-by headlines with Joe Ugly. Big Ug!
First of all, you came in with such a hot track by BX.
And
and then he played his garbage.
And we got a special guest today.
Of course, the man from the best morning show on the planet.
The dreaded MC.
The dreaded MC himself.
I don't know why I'm here.
Marshall Cruz.
It's called The Kidnap.
Oh, snatchies.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man, Marshall Cruz
I don't know why you wanted me to put that PSA, but done. Done.
Wow.
For you.
Wow. Wow.
All right, let's get rolling because, you know, our hour, we start late because, you know.
Well, why don't we just start
the show
off with
before
this,
us goes long.
This is Drive-By Headlines, but I don't know why it's called Drive-By. We did deep into the headlines.
Oh.
I may as well start
One
digging
of us
deep
does.
right now by covering the Senate Intelligence Committee. The grown-ups in the room, by the way, they released their finding on the Russian involvement in our 2016 presidential election. And
what they released is that Russia favored Trump. That's what they said. Russia favored Trump, which means.
As I started.
You were talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
As I was saying, they released Russian involvement in our 2016 presidential election, and it's something that Harry Jones is having such a hard time understanding that this is what has transpired.
No.
Russia did do a lot of involvement in our election, and
What was the president at the time doing
Excuse me.
to stop it? What was the
Is that this is going to be your argument?
President
this is
Barack
gonna be-
Hussein Obama was
Okay.
briefed in August 2016 about Russia's involvement. Actually, they had started the investigation on Russian involvement in
Excuse me.
2015.
There was an investigation
and
that started.
Obama
the investigation
did
had started.
nothing.
The investigation did start, but however, when an investigation is going on, you don't all of a sudden jump to pulling into prosecuting or to. It's an investigation. It started. It would have been wrong for him to get involved in an investigation. In an investigation.
Not involved in an investigation.
It was an investigation.
How about telling each
what?
state election board
yeah.
that Russia was trying to get
It was
involved in? He didn't do that.
It was an investigation to find out if they were.
Joe,
That was-
extending a
that
hand
was
to
what
the
it was.
election boards is not being.
It was an investigation.
It's not
It was
obstructing justice to
it
actually
is
try to
an-
stop the Russians.
They were investigating.
Your president failed.
They were investigating if they were involved in it and the depths of the
A
involvement.
big fail by
okay?
President Barack Hussein Obama.
That's beautiful for you to say.
fail is a stretch.
That's beautiful for your mindset to try to wrap that around your hands or so. By the way,
Look,
turn
this,
my
is-
mic up.
this is what you're doing right now. You just
Well, just
because
turn my mic
the
up because I
the
got-
Senate Intelligence Committee
Yeah.
says that Russia favored. By the way, the Senate Intelligence Committee is run by never Trumpers and the Democrats, right? And because they say they favored Trump, it doesn't mean that they didn't take out ads for Hillary Clinton. It doesn't mean that they didn't take out ads that
That
Actually-
favored Hillary Clinton?
that favored. There were
that
plenty of
favored Hillary Clinton?
there were plenty. What they
No,
did is they
what
counted the
did
ads.
what they did was manipulate the even
They
those,
manipulated
even the ads that went out
every side,
in
both sides,
the
Joe.
ads that went out in the Hillary Clinton that
You know,
you're
there's
calling going
there's
out
no
in
guilt
Hillary
in this
Clinton.
article that you're.
As long as anyway, the ads
Where's
that
the
you
guilt?
are saying.
What did the Senate committee?
The ads
What guilt?
that you are saying that? Excuse me.
What did they come out and say Trump was guilty of?
What are they saying? No, they identify the stuff that Trump has been involved with.
No.
Not-
What is
not
Trump guilty of?
Again?
Nothing.
Nobody was bleeding on guilt.
All
here.
they said was
showing-
that Russia
Okay, well, why don't we
wasn't-
just
was-
go on with Trump associate outreach to Russia? And they go, well, why don't we just go ahead with this? Why don't we just address the fact that George Papadopoulos sought to organize meetings with Trump campaign, with
Not true.
Trump campaign officials and Russians. What about Trump organized
That's
Trump
not true,
Tower
Joe.
meeting with the Russian lawyer?
Yes,
How about
that
Jeff
is true. And that
Sessions-
lawyer
How about Jeff
is involved
Sessions
with
met with
Fusion
Russian
GPS,
ambassador?
the ones that did
How
the
about
dossier.
Michael Cohen walked on Trump Tower's Moscow? He was working on Trump Tower's Moscow project during summer 2016, during the election. How about Michael Flynn pleading guilty to lying to the FBI about contacts to Russian ambassador?
To lying. And
okay,
you know,
those are just some of the stuff that
and
we're
you
talking
know
about.
Comey's testimony
Okay, so
actually.
how about if we going into what Robert Mueller legal
Listen,
cases
Comey's
stand?
testimony
Where we're
actually
looking at
contradicts
75
that
criminal
Flynn
charges brought
lied.
so far. 5 guilty pleas. One person sentenced who's doing time right now on, and then 22 people, the companies that has involvement with Russia. So these are all of the things that you want to overlook. But if it's
Joe?
one thing you know me for, is I'm a
Joe, what are they
prepared.
being charged with?
You know, it's like
What are they
one
being
person-
charged with?
One person has already been sentenced for his involvement with ties to
What
Russia.
did he get charged with?
It's him and his father-in-law, the oligarch, were tied to working funds back to with Manafort. Okay, they
No.
were doing illegal for
The 2005 charge you talking about?
the individual who's in charge.
That's
who's in jail right now.
2005. They're going back to 2005 on that. That has nothing to do. Where's the connection to Trump's campaign?
The Trump campaign.
You can't find it because it's
the
not
Trump-
there, Joe.
The Trump campaign connection, as I said before, if you have
There is none.
If you have none, Jeff Sessions met with Russian ambassador.
Jeff Sessions, that
Trump
meeting.
organized-
Wait, that meeting of Jeff
Trump
Sessions
had-
with a Russian ambassador was in a room full of other senators, including Democrats, and he just forgot about that instance, and you guys made him look like he took a meeting.
So the changing of the changing of the platform of the Republican convention was in a room that was supposed to be set up with Democrats. Is what you're telling me?
At that convention, yes, there were Democrats and Republicans.
When they set up and they did the
Anyway,
when they
go,
did the convention,
go on because you have no
when they
tie
did the
to Trump.
When they did the convention,
Move on, Joe.
when they had the convention,
You got no
and they
tie
out
to
in
Trump.
Cleveland, okay. So you're trying to sit off here and say there's no tie to Trump when Michael Phil pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI
Flynn
about
right?
Michael
Lying.
Flynn. Okay, so
Now-
he's
now,
not
hold on.
connected to Trump.
Hold on.
He's not connected to Trump.
Wait,
Michael
you're saying
Flynn is not connected. How
You're
do we
saying
know about
his
Michael Flynn?
personal lie is connected to Trump?
So we have he is not connected to Trump.
His personal lie is
He's
connected
not
to
connected
Trump.
to Trump. Is this what you're trying to sell us now?
Not
this
his
morning?
lie.
This
Absolutely
is,
not.
This is where you're trying to come off here
Now
and try
hold
to
on,
sell
hold
us
on,
the
hold on.
garbage that
Because
he
James Comey
stuff it in
testified.
your trash compactor, please.
James Comey
Please.
testified that
You just
him
made that,
and
you-
Peter
I
Strzok.
mean, it's less than 15 minutes, and this guy already made a turn down Jack Donkey Boulevard. Are you kidding me? What is
Are
wrong
you
with
done?
you? Are you done?
No, I'm not done. Can I
know-
speak?
Okay, go right ahead.
James
I was
Comey.
hoping you were done by now.
James Comey testified that neither him nor Peter Strzok felt that Flynn lied. Now Mueller thinks
you
he
hear how I
lied.
sung in the background? You hear exactly how I sung in the background? That's just you regurgitating Fox News
No.
garbage.
Because you
That's
have
just a
all you
nonsense.
have is conjecture.
This
You
is
have
all
no
it is.
proof
he
on
got a
of
new
Trump.
word. This is the third time this
Conjecture.
week.
You heard that?
No, that's the third time this week he used that one
Conjecture.
word. He looked it up. He spent
Oh,
all
buddy.
last Saturday and Sunday
Oh, snap.
looking up that word
New vocabulary.
and getting that word into his vocabulary.
Conjuncture. All right. now.
What do you mean I'm
Conjunction,
conjecting?
function,
When you say I'm conjecting, go ahead. Let me hear you explain
Okay.
that.
Explain
Just
what?
that. When you say I'm conjecting over here.
Because all you're doing is jumping
In the
to
true form of
conclusions.
the word.
Hold
in
on.
the true essence of the word.
Jumping to conclusions. All you're doing is jumping to conclusions, and there are no facts leading to Donald Trump. There's nothing there. Okay? And look, the Inspector General is coming out with his report.
It's either you're a spin artist, or you're just dumb as all else,
No,
man. How
there's
could
nothing
you say
there.
there's
Joe.
no connection to Donald Trump?
hold on.
When his national
hold on, Joe.
security...
Scooter Libby.
So you're telling me all these people around
Let's go
Donald
back.
Trump
Let's go
is
back to
doing
people
all
who've
this
lied.
wrong, and there's zero connection to him? What kind of crazy talk is this?
Joe,
And
they
this
are
is the
they are
garbage
being
that they try to sell, and
they-
they use little silly words like "there's no connection to Donald Trump" and "there's no this and that." You know, these are
Oh, your mic just fell off.
the
Anyway.
silly words that they use. These are all, these are all
but
the little
listen.
silly words they use to try to get
that's
you
ridiculous.
off track with what
all
the realities
all
of it.
Comey
What
is
happened to guilty
doing is
by
charging people
association?
with lying, and they're all
Thank you.
set up. They're all set up so that he could say they lied because Comey and Strzok didn't feel that Flynn lied, but Mueller felt like he lied. So it's all whether one person thinks you're lying. It's ridiculous, right? And all you have to do is go look. All you have to do, Joe, is go to the testimony.
Mueller said that he lied.
You done?
Mueller said, no. Mueller said that he lied.
All right.
Mueller-
So
This
so
is-
once
this is the
again,
garbage, man. Mueller
this
said that he lied.
Senate committee that came
Are
out
you
with their
kidding me?
report, all they said was that Russia favored Trump, which is ridiculous because that investigation started in 2015 on the Russian involvement, right? And since, first off, in 2015, Trump was not the candidate yet. Okay, so to say they favored Trump, there were plenty of candidates.
What?
And they,
Whoa. What? Walk that by yourself slowly again?
I don't know
Because you
which
can't
part
even
you
believe
missed.
that garbage you just said.
I don't know which part you
Bring
missed.
that again.
I don't
Bring
know
it
which
again.
part you
Just
missed.
bring it again. Just bring it again. No. I want to hear this nonsense again. Let me see if he can really regurgitate this garbage one more time.
These are original thoughts.
Okay,
Joe.
so let me hear it.
But I don't
Oh,
understand
so
why
you just make
didn't
up the
hear.
garbage on the fly.
I don't know what you didn't hear.
No, I didn't. I missed all of that you was doing because this is what you do. Trump.
Okay, we'll come back with another topic. You're listening to Drive-By
No, we're going to
Headlines
stay here on this one.
with
Don't
Harry,
run from it.
a.k.a. The Brave, and Joe.
Big up.
Ugly.
And when she call my name, she don't ever have to worry about a thing, 'cause I'm on it, and I'm focused, the way I do things, yeah, she noticed how I keep that cash in my pocket, nothing you haters can say, I dare you to try to stop it, I keep my head right, whip clean, fresh, the way she looking, I'm feeling like she could be my wife, nah, but I'm serious now, shorty said she want a boss, she ain't feeling you clown, and I hate to say you already lost, but shorty only dealing with a boss. I know exactly what it is that she wants. She want a boss, wants it all, and she don't even care the cost. She want a boss. I don't think y'all heard me now. I don't think y'all heard me now. Wonder why she never calls. It's because she want a boss. I'm looking at my Rolex, wondering what your haters are gonna try next. And you can try me if you want, but the games you play are really starting to get old. I'm on my grind, you heard. Keep these ladies at a loss for words. Said I'm on it, and I'm focused. The way I do things, yeah, she noticed how I keep that cash in my pocket. Nothing you haters can say, I dare you to try to stop it. I keep my head right, whip clean, fresh. The way she looking, I'm feeling like she can be my wife. Nah, but I'm serious now. Shorty said she want a boss, and she ain't feeling you clown. And I hate to say you already lost, but shorty only dealing with a boss. I know exactly what it is that she wants. She want a boss, wants it all, and she don't even care the cost. She want a boss. I don't think y'all heard me. I don't think you heard. I don't think y'all heard me now. Wonder why she never calls. It's because she want a boss. Girl, the way I put it on you, got you wanting more. I can take you places that you've never been before. If you want it, you know I got it. I'm a boss and I'm looking for the boss chick. Yeah, I know what you need. And girl, you need me. She want a boss. I know exactly what it is that she wants.
She want a boss. Jerome Clayton, Bloomfield, Connecticut. Yeah. All the way to Los Angeles, California.
Doing this thing.
Doing his thing. She want a boss. That's a great track. Independent artist. One of Ugly Radio's fave. Yeah. But actually, you have all our faves over here. Well, some of them, not all. He sure don't have all.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, you do.
You
Which
gave
is
me
a
like
good thing.
2 tracks.
Good enough. Anyway, moving right along. That's Harry Jones was just trying to say, there was absolutely nothing with Donald Trump. But however, Trump was screaming through the 2016 presidential election, I don't have any business dealings with or in Russia. That was his big thing. Yeah, right.
That was the story.
Right?
That was his thing. Now we're finding out that he was negotiating building the Trump Towers in Moscow, downtown Moscow, in the summer of 2016. When was that? Election year.
Yeah.
Let's remember he came down the escalator in 2015.
You're saying he was negotiating?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was negotiating the building.
Wait. But you're saying he wasn't allowed to be involved in his business yet or anything?
No.
What was it?
He was supposed to be out of that.
He was supposed to be out of it.
Yes. Not building from the minute he has declared himself as a candidate.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, when he
And it was
declared
his
himself as a
lawyers.
candidate.
It was his lawyers.
And there is such a thing as a omnibus clause. His lawyers or him, guess what? Your accountant put together your finances, let it come out crazy. Guess who goes to jail? You do. You know why? Because they represent you. What's wrong with you?
Joe, but a
Come on, man.
negotiation? You're
Stop.
saying you're going to go to jail for a negotiation?
Stop.
You're crazy,
Stop.
Joe.
You're flipping it.
You're throwing
if you're not going to be serious about
all
that
of
one, you're
these
crazy.
ridiculous.
Let's go on, man. Go ahead. Go on with that.
Go on with what?
You're playing with that. You're playing
You're
with
ridiculous.
it.
All
You're totally playing with it because now you're trying to live on people's misunderstanding of how stuff works. That's what you're doing. And that's
Joe,
manipulating.
That's a Democrat.
You're trying to manipulate the listeners.
I don't do that.
You
to
are
people.
sitting there, just happily trying to manipulate listeners.
I would never do that.
Yes, you do. You're sitting there just doing it, and it's very weak. Very weak.
I appreciate that.
It just
anyway,
shows,
so listen.
It shows that.
Okay, Joe, come on. That's it. You're done. You're not even making any sense today.
Of course I don't.
You come out with a report that's all conjecture, and it's a guilty plea.
That's for
a guilty plea.
I told you. New word.
Look at that.
Anyway, so
when
let's
Mike Tyson got hold of.
Got the source.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Oh,
That
yeah.
conjecture, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
Did I add a word to your
He's like,
vocabulary?
I think you might have.
No, he didn't. Didn't have one of mine.
goody.
Might be
No.
one I might use.
Joe learned something.
Conjecture.
Anyway,
the thing
so-
about it is if he knows what he's talking about.
So listen.
What?
So, what do you think of Trump calling MS-13 animals? Were you offended by that?
Dude, there's nothing Donald Trump could do anymore that could offend me, man.
I'm just
But I
wondering, were
just
you
look-
offended
at
by
some point, you gotta
him
look
calling
at,
MS-13?
You got to look at what you're dealing with. You're dealing with someone
Okay,
who is...
you sound like he was wrong there.
Do
Do you think he was wrong
Do I think he was wrong?
for calling
them-
MS-13?
Yes. Yes.
Do you think he was wrong for calling people who have rape as
Yes.
an initiation?
Yes. I still...
They
do-
rape people.
Don't
they,
mean-
they tell some
don't
guy, go
mean-
rape a girl.
Don't mean that they're animals.
They're not animals, Joe.
Don't mean they're animals. They mean their behaviors may be uncivilized.
Really?
Their behavior is
Uncivilized.
I would say it's uncivilized.
That sounds like an animal.
It is like no, not necessarily.
Uncivilized.
You know, there are people.
I had a
here's the
Democrat.
deal.
I had a Democrat
Here's
here
the deal
yesterday
here,
saying
Harry Jones.
they're delinquents.
Harry,
Really?
Harry, let me just say this real quick. You see, here's where you make that turn when you start calling people animals. Then you don't even think that they could be. You may as well say they're unredeemable. You see,
Joe.
that's the avenue you take. That's that elitist BS mentality.
Joe, they
you
recently
see, that's how you feel sweet about it.
they recently
know,
beat
and
a
it's
Muslim
usually-
girl with a
and
bat
it's-
and left dents in
I'm
her
not
body.
saying you act as if anyone is saying that
You're
is
okay
right.
with that?
You see,
Are you
I'm
saying
not-
you're okay with that? You're defending
if you
MS-13
to even
over that
ask
young girl?
To even ask that question, it just says you're being silly.
No, you're being silly. You're
silly,
defending
okay?
MS-13.
I never said I was
Of
defending.
course you are. You're saying
okay,
we
so
shouldn't call them
because-
names.
So
what
because
are
no,
we're gonna harm
because
their
we're not
feelings,
talking
Joe?
about some loudmouths on the mics. We're talking about the president of the United States of America.
They're animals, Joe.
Calling people.
It's refreshing
the
to have the
leader
president of the
the
United States
so-called-
call it as it is.
It isn't. You see, that's the because
And that's where you
because
guys went
that's
wrong.
that is how low rent you're being right now. That is how low
What?
class,
So
low-
elitist of you, Joe.
I don't care.
So elitist
I don't
of you.
care how
Don't
you
go down
try.
the rabbit
I don't
hole.
really. I don't care how you look at it. Don't hold him back. Let him come.
You're
Let him come down this rabbit hole.
the one who's falling.
Because what he don't realize how low rent,
Joe,
dirty,
how
degrading.
elitist of you.
Dog,
You want to
look,
defend.
to call me to
the
even
indefensible.
Come, to even come
You're
that way.
defending
It
rapists.
is, no, to even
okay?
say that just shows how low rent of a mentality you're coming from right now.
Yes, of
How
course, Joe.
low
And
grade
you
of a
would think
mentality.
like that. You
how
would think like that.
small-minded you are
You
right now.
would think like that.
How
Democrats
little.
think they're
And you know
smarter
what's
than
crazy?
everyone. But
And
let me
you know,
tell-
no, this is not
let me
people
go through the
thinking that they're
list. Let me go
smarter
through
than
the list
anyone.
of
This
people
is
you've
just a thing.
defended.
This is just a thing of. This is what happens. Donald Trump, people. This is why. This is clearly the reason why.
These are the people who call him
People-
names every day.
You know, people who have. There are people.
Are
who
you low
Donald
rent,
Trump
Joe?
has called names.
Are you low rent, Joe?
As-
The names you call our president, are you low rent?
Am I the low rent? I'm not the president of the United
you low
States of
rent?
America trying to call people.
You guys calling
them
Trump
animals
names all the time.
Yes, I do.
And
I
now,
call him
and now
redhead.
I'm low rent
So
for,
what?
for saying that these
No,
people are animals.
No, that's not what I said. I said you were being
You're an
low.
elitist.
I said you were being. You see, once again,
Now- Let me go through the list of people you guys.
No, you don't just
defend.
get
The
to throw
Democrats
things
have
out.
defended.
You don't just get to throw stuff out and then just try to run with it and try to leave it. No, that's not how it is.
I
made a statement,
I ain't running with it.
and you said you turned over there and you said that you change what I said to I'm defending.
You are.
I was no. You're higher
You're worried
thinking than
about
that.
the feelings
No,
of MS-13
that's not what
over
I
the
am.
young girl
I am
who
not
got
worried
beat
about
with a bat.
I am not. I'm not worried about the feelings of. I'm not worried about the feelings of MS-13. That's
the
not what I'm
criminals.
at. I'm not for the criminals.
Over the young girl
I'm not
beaten
for
by
the
a
criminals. I'm not for anyone who.
And the 14-year-old
I
in
wouldn't
Texas
even let
who got
somebody
raped.
beat an animal with a bat.
The 14-year-old in
I
Texas
wouldn't
who
even
got
wanna know.
raped by MS-13. You're for them
I'm not-
over her.
If that's what you want to believe, then Harry, then if that's
Tag
your
me in.
true belief, if that is your true belief, then what I'm going to tell you
Well,
right
the thing
now,
is that that's what you're
that's
telling me.
the low rent
You're
mentality.
saying I shouldn't.
That is the
I shouldn't
mentality.
consider
no,
that
because
animal
what you're doing is
behavior? I shouldn't consider that animal behavior. Them raping
currently-
a 14-year-old as an initiation.
currently
That's not
what you're
animal
doing-
behavior.
Yes. I'm not saying that it's not. I said the behavior of them was animal. But what I said
Thank
that.
you, Joe.
I clearly said that. But that's not what your president said.
About time. It
Your
took a long
president-
time for me to
that's
drag
not-
you
That's not what your president
to
said.
that point.
The president of the United States had the guts to say these people are animals.
Joe, they are
Okay?
animals.
Their behaviors,
Tag me in.
like I said, their behaviors was on
You're
Tag me
agreeing
in.
with
Come
me.
on,
You
tag
just
me
don't
in.
know.
No.
You're agreeing with me. You just don't
But
know
what
it.
you're missing,
you just don't
Harry,
want to agree
and
with
you're not-
Trump.
It's not about if you're
You
missing.
agree with Trump, Joe. They're animals. That behavior
No,
is animal
I-
behavior.
I just love
what
how-
they did at that point. Go ahead.
How our president can condemn criminals, known criminals, you know what I'm saying, call them animals, but can't say a bad word about Vladimir Putin or the Russian government that's a threat to our national security, and can't condemn white supremacists who have been out here proving, you know what I'm saying, that they're not for people of color of any kind in this country.
What are you talking about? He's always come out against the white supremacists.
Nah.
Of course he has. That's
Nah.
ridiculous. That's a ridiculous statement.
He has not always, and it's
That's
always
a ridiculous statement. He came
After
out
pulling
against
teeth-
David Duke in 1984.
Oh my God.
Okay, go look it up.
Oh my God.
84.
Anyway, so listen, boy.
Harry.
hold-
you
Harry.
talking 40 years ago?
Hold
No,
on.
no, no, no. Not even then.
Hold
not
up.
even then.
Hold up. Listen.
You know, not even then.
Yes.
You know,
when
Harry-
people were asking Trump to
Harry
run as
loved-
an independent.
Harry loves to come up with this stuff off the
Listen,
flip and
listen,
floop
listen,
of
listen.
his head.
Hold
Okay?
up.
Even call.
No,
I'm,
but
I'm trying to go
you're
through my
just-
list. You people won't let me go through my
You-
list
what
of the
you mean, you
things.
people?
No, no, no. Let
You
him
know
go.
what I mean, you people?
No, no, no. Let him go. I like that. I like that.
The two black people in this room. I ain't got no fear.
You half right.
Anyway, that's right. You're half right also. Anyway, so
Oh, God.
the Democrats in the last month, also actually further back on this list, the Democrats have you guys have first off, you guys have Trump derangement syndrome. That it doesn't matter what he says, even if you agree, you have to say he's wrong, right? So you guys have defended Louis Farrakhan in defending people like Maxine Waters, who won't come out against the Nation of Islam, right? You guys have defended Louis Farrakhan, MS-13. You guys have taken Kim Jong-un's side in the negotiations. You guys have defended Hamas and Iran. Think about that list. You Democrats have taken the side of all those people on that list. And I'm not going to include the people who won't stand for the national anthem.
Joe,
You go, Joe.
all I heard was wah, 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 wah.
No, I heard words. I heard what he said. I heard clearly what he said. But at this point, I'm over here. Is like, is he going through one of his games again, or is he this guy really this silly?
Well,
That's what it's about.
you want me to take
I
a
mean,
break?
if
You
this
you
guy
can't
really,
answer?
if this guy wants to,
You ain't got
really-
nothing to say. You for Louis Farrakhan, Joe?
Excuse me.
Are you for
I'm-
Farrakhan?
What do you mean? Am I for Farrakhan?
There you go.
Define
You
that.
can't-
No.
You
No,
can't
no.
answer. You're just like Maxine Waters.
Okay, go ahead. What do you mean by
Okay.
am I for Farrakhan?
Are you for anti-Semite? Louis
Absolute-
Farrakhan.
No, those two questions right there. Go again. Am I for anti-Semite? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Joe,
not even the
Let
slightest.
me ask you a question.
Not even in the slightest.
Were you happy that North Korea might cancel its meeting with Trump?
Am I happy about it?
Yeah. Don't lie, Joe.
Am I happy about North Korea canceling its meeting
didn't.
with Donald
They
Trump?
might cancel.
Oh, might cancel. Am I happy?
Are you happy that there won't be peace
Am I happy?
on the Korean Peninsula?
Am
Are you
I
happy about that,
happy?
Joe?
Am I happy?
Are you for world peace or not, Joe?
So you thinking? So you
All of
really
a
and
sudden.
truly thinking? No. Hold on. This guy really and truly think that this thing that was proposed to North Korea was really going to go down?
Yeah, he actually believes
You
that.
really thought that telling somewhere a country? I actually talked about this in depth on my show.
Yeah.
You're telling a country
and it's incomprehensible. You make no sense at all.
because you're silly. You can't follow. So anyway,
You
it's
have
like,
to be silly to follow.
well, therefore you need to get silly-er. Jesus.
There you go. I refuse to do that.
Well, that's why you can't follow.
I will not
But okay, that's why you're blind.
be a bottom feeder.
And that's why you're blind.
Go ahead.
And that's why
Okay,
you're
but so-
blind.
so
Maybe you
what-
need to try
Joe,
to
you
be
didn't answer the
a
question.
follower. So this
You're
guy
trying to
sat
dodge the
down
question.
and
Are you
believe
happy
that what's going on
that
in
they-
North Korea?
Are
First
you
of all,
happy?
Harry, there's no happy or sadness to go down with something
See
of
how the
this
Democrats
magnitude.
are?
There's no
Because
happy
I'm calling
or no
him on
sadness.
his bull.
You're not calling
he won't
me
say
on
that
anything.
he's happy about that.
What do you mean by I'm happy?
Okay.
What do you mean by
I got the
I'm
same
happy?
thing. I got the
I'm
same thing
glee-
from other Democrats.
No, I'm gleeing.
Oh,
am
the
I
deal is
gleeing
falling
about?
apart.
Am I happy about something that was terrible to sit down and try to negotiate out in the first place?
Peace?
No, don't dismiss it as peace. Grow
That's
up.
what
Grow
it was,
up.
Joe.
No,
Donald
it
Trump
was
going to
not
accomplish
peace.
something that
That
hasn't
was
been able
not
to be accomplished in
peace.
60 years.
That
Are you
was not
serious?
peace. You're trying to tell
Just because Obama
you-
couldn't do it doesn't
Hold
mean
on.
Trump won't.
Hold on.
president could-
Hold on. You're trying to call this peace when you're looking at something and you put out
Joe's scaring me.
when they put out a sample of the example of the Libya.
All I wanted was a yes or no answer, sir.
No, because it was a dumb thing from the jump. So it's not about happy or sad. I would have loved to
You
see.
were happy
of
that
course,
the deal might fall apart.
the deal was not. This was not a
gonna
deal.
happen?
This was not a deal.
Joe,
so it's nothing
we
to be
got
happy
3
or sad about.
hostages for nothing.
This is where you missing
okay?
it. Okay,
Obama
no.
paid for hostages.
We got 3
Obama paid for a
hostages
crappy deal.
We got
Obama gave 5 terrorists, 5 of the top terrorists, for 1 traitor. And you were happy about that. And now you're not happy with getting 3 hostages for nothing? And now you are happy that the deal might fall apart. What kind of American are you, Joe? You're listening to
people.
Drive-By Headlines
There's an intersection right now,
with Harry,
and you gotta
a.k.a.
know
The
when
Brave,
not to turn left.
on
I refuse to
WNHHLP
follow you down Jack Donkey Boulevard
103.5 FM.
because you know what you're
your
seeing
home
out there. It's
for
pure
community
garbage.
radio.
Traps and flows. This team consists of misfits and a bunch of bad bitches. Your team consists of snitch niggas and broke bitches. I'm an auto that controls and exposes. See, I'm laid back. I ain't trying to control bitches. I just rather get fly and get high and take pictures. But I'ma get by. Know why? Cause I'm a beast. I don't fear nothing in this world except police. You accept the police by side giving speech, giving descriptions on who and where I be. Why you wanna pick on me? Because you're not me. Them Jews is icy, them shoes is pricey, complexion's icy, feet always in Nikes. Best that I ever got over thotties and C-Lob. Cardi is the truth, no ifs, ands, and probably no big plans or hobbies, just big bands and lobbies. Do it for the team. Do it for the team. How low can you go, ma? Do it for the team. Shorty looking mean, that is sad tight jeans, that Maybelline sheen. She remains the top queen, it remains to be seen. What nigga to make dreams? Who can escape things? Who can shake things? Take trips to New Orleans, bring back them pure things, break down them whole things. Deserve like 4 rings. Turn my bedroom to a circus, something like 3 rings. Let my chain swing, it ain't nothing but a G thing. I'm doing my G thing, wherever the beat bang, wherever wherever the fiends hang. I'm serving that walk. My brain is like, man, you dealing with poo stains. You the best thing smokes the days of Soul Train. So my first M around the days of Soul Plan. I just ride around getting the shout outs to 2 Chainz. Put some respect on my name. Shout out, yeah, my Larsha got that Birdman. And it's protected by Lil Wayne. It's worked by Young Thug, so it's why I see him being it. Canary yellow diamonds, it look like somebody peed in it. Cherry red Yeezys on, the signal that I'm bleeding it. Party bars is crack, others said they needed it. Do it for the team, do it for the team. How low can you go, man? Do it for the team, do it for the team, do it for the team.
You're listening to Drive-By Headlines with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, and Pigog.
This man
What
is
up,
out
Joe?
of control.
I'm here too.
Oh, that's right. Marshall's here too. All right, Joe. You
Dreaded MC.
the dreaded MC.
Dude, I got to tell you, man, you know, I kind of feel sorry that you got to endure this nonsense.
Oh no, I needed this comedic relief.
This guy, I tell you people, I can't make this stuff up. If you just heard the last segment, oh Lord, it's like I just look. All I can do is just that one at the end. It's just like I can't even stand. Where do you? How do you live with yourself? Seriously, how do you live with yourself?
What are you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
But listen,
Okay, all right.
I
Okay,
just,
man.
you know, I
Okay.
I just wanted you to answer a question, but you won't answer anything honestly that I ask you. All right, let's talk about that Inspector General
Then he
report.
had the ghost to call me un-American.
Yes, he did. I heard it.
I would never do that. I asked you, you know, how you could sit there being a veteran and cheer against your own country. That's what I was saying.
Is this
You're
mine?
actually,
No, that's me.
you're actually cheering for the failure of our
Are you
country.
sure?
Yeah, I brought that in.
Anyway, so the Inspector General
That
report.
look like mine.
Nope, I tore mine to make sure.
Let me see.
You don't ignore me, Joe. That's kind of rude.
The Inspector General did what?
The,
I was listening to you.
the
I
Inspector
can
General
multitask.
report
Parent is.
What about it?
is coming out, and there's expected to be referrals of criminal behavior in it. It was reported yesterday by CNN, and jeez,
Okay, people, let me just go
Some
here
other
with this.
reporter.
Let me just say this real quick. The president or the guy in the White House.
hold on. The Inspector General report that's coming out is based on the Hillary Clinton email investigation and whether the FBI broke any rules or laws while doing that investigation. So,
Okay. Are you done?
go ahead. I
Alright.
just wanted to.
Okay, so
I'm about clarity here, Joe.
can we talk about a report when it comes up?
Sure, but
can
so
we
you
stop
don't,
with the
so you don't want.
speculating the result?
Yeah, this is what the news is
Are
like.
we gonna sit here and try to speculate this? Is this where we're going with this?
This is what you did with that
So-
that report.
So we're just gonna sit down here and just try to speculate this.
I won't say conjecture again, but
So anyway, let's talk about stuff that really
all right, go
happened.
ahead, move on.
Okay.
You know, there's stuff you can't defend, so let's move on.
So last Saturday, Donald Trump tweeted that he think it's time for. I can get into. What did I do with my
You're off
notes?
mic, Joe.
Oh, okay. How's that? Better?
Yep.
Okay. Donald Trump tweeted last Saturday that we need to get Chinese employees back to work, and he instructed his commerce.
It was the
his
CT,
commerce
he was talking about CTE. The
no ZTE,
right ZTE.
right, which is a Chinese firm that is banned from any. On the PX, the Post
Yeah.
Exchange,
Mhm.
they're not even allowed there. They're literally banned on the Post.
As they should be.
As it should be. CTE, people, this product is been where Chinese has been first of all, ZTE is owned by the Chinese government.
Yeah.
And they have been using it in Iran,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been using it in, there's another area, North Korea.
North Korea.
Okay, so these are the places that they've been using this thing, and they've been using it to find out information from different governments.
Clarify, ZTE is a Chinese telecommunications company.
That's right. It's a telecommunication company, and they build devices.
Yeah.
By the way,
And one
Chuck,
of the
Chuck
things
Schumer
is-
said that
and
when
one
our
of the things
grandparents
that,
came, they weren't animals.
Well,
He was comparing. He was
so
he was
what
he was
ZTE
comparing
did-
MS-13 to
so what ZTE,
his grandparents.
So what ZTE did.
Democrats are like insane.
So what ZTE did, they decided that, well, first of all, you need to understand that the president of the United States now is over here worrying about Chinese jobs in China.
Jobs in China.
So this is his primary.
That's
Okay,
his business.
This
First
is
off-
where he wants to be focused on.
No, listen.
China.
First,
But
it's
then we
a
find out-
tweet. It's not a regulation.
but then
It's not
we
a
find
law,
out-
Joe.
But then we
and
find
the
out
tweet
the
was
real
mocking them.
The real motivation behind this is because ZT or the Chinese government
That's right.
infuses $500 million into one of Trump's Singapore projects.
Yep.
His hotel resorts.
So that
and
he
of
should
course,
get rid
a
of.
golf
So he
course.
should get rid of all
So all of a
sanctions
sudden
and
now,
everything.
so all of a
Right? He
sudden
should
now,
give China
he
everything,
wants to get
according
in
to you.
and work this company, which was doing very bad, and of course China wanted something done for it.
Of course.
So the way he's doing this now is taking $500 million over American citizens.
Where's he doing
Let
that,
me
Joe?
take this question to
It was
you.
a tweet. Where's he doing it?
You American? Sir?
What regulation
What
did he
kind of-
pass?
what
What
kind of
law did he
American-
pass
what
for that?
kind- nobody
it was
said
a
he
tweet.
passed God.
And
He
here we
said-
go with the word conjecture again.
He said
There's nothing there, Joe. There's no law passed there.
China, President Xi and China and I
He
are
say they're
working
suffering.
together to give massive Chinese phone company ZTE a way to get back into business fast. Too many jobs in China lost. Commerce Department has been instructed to get it done.
What's unemployment rate here
Okay,
again?
that's right. Let's worry about the Chinese people getting back to their job. Too many people in China, but then you find out that this company, that China who owns the government who owns this company, they infuse $500 million into Trump's Singapore deal. $500 million.
Why was ZTE banned here again?
And they were banned from the U.S. because this company has been on a because of espionage concerns. Well, not just concerns, proof of espionage that they have been involved in. And this company is what Harry is trying to sit over here and defend Donald Trump
No, I'm not
for
defending
turning
anything.
his back on America. He wants to go back to.
Because we don't need.
By the way,
Yes,
what the
exactly.
sanctions did on CTE.
So, see, no problem. No wonder why he can't get it right. It's ZTE.
CTE, that's what I keep saying.
Z.
You want me to go
Like a-
ZTE?
There
Okay.
you go.
There
Yes,
you go.
get that Z out.
ZTE products.
That's right.
Okay, so the sanctions forbid them from doing business with Iran and North Korea.
Also, U.S. companies
So
using them,
and-
using
and
their products.
So the sanctions, actually, all these sanctions are made tougher under Trump. But the thing is that all he did was
saw
tweet.
that?
There's
You saw that
there's
flip?
no
You saw that flip?
regulations.
This is the man.
It's just
he's trying to
it's
say
just
there's
China
no
is
tweet.
suffering, and he's saying,
He
"Look,
said, quote unquote, this guy just said all he did was
that tweet
regulations.
that
It's
tweet was
just
an
a
olive
tweet.
branch telling
He just
China,
said
make sure
was a
you get
tweet.
North Korea to that table." That's what that is. It's like you guys don't understand Trump. This is why he won and you guys lost. It's like
why he won, and
you
guys
don't understand. He's always negotiating. Even that tweet was a negotiation ploy, and you don't get Trump. But anything else, Joe?
That was a negotiation point.
Of course.
Okay.
Negotiation play.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. It's a negotiation.
But can you
point.
believe Chuck Schumer compared?
So moving right along.
MS-13.
I'm not going down your silly roll again. Come on, man.
But I'm
Come
saying
on.
he compared
Come on.
MS-13 to his
Oh,
grandparents.
Jesus gosh. I'm not going down your silly road. I'm not.
Are you guys
I already told
really?
I am
Is that
not
crazy?
I'm not going down there silly road.
Comparing your
okay, go
grandparents with MS-13? That's insane. Don't you think that's wrong?
Didn't we speed past this already?
Like even if we didn't, like this is just stupidity.
I
what
acknowledge
he's
it, right?
doing. You know, at some point you just gotta let it go.
You have awesome penmanship, by the way.
What's that?
You have awesome penmanship, by the way.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
All right.
Well, this show is really digressed today.
It's like, you got nothing.
You got nothing.
Bring something, Joe. Do you got any other?
This is a guy who said,
what's that? Your diary over there you're reading?
You know it. This is the guy who just said all he did was tweet.
All he did was tweet, Joe.
So
There's
he
no
did.
laws or regulations.
Why don't we
that's
just go
passed.
to the last part of the tweet where it says Commerce Department has been instructed to get it done.
There's nothing done.
What
they've
about
been instructed.
the Commerce Department has been instructed to get it done?
They haven't been instructed to do anything.
It's just a tweet. It's just a tweet.
I guess perception doesn't mean anything anymore.
Exactly. So just the fact that you want to argue,
I'm trying to find, I'm
you
trying
want
to
to
find that
defend that.
tweet. I can't find the
I
tweet.
just read the tweet, quote unquote.
I don't trust you, Joe.
President Xi of China and I are working together to give
I got love
massive
for you,
Chinese...
Joe, but I don't trust you.
Well, that's good. Feelings mutual. Jesus, I hope you didn't be talking about trust over here with you and I. Are you kidding me? Oh no, Lord,
Right,
hear our prayer.
I have a different headline because this is
Yes.
ridiculous.
Of course, you're going to have a different headline because it makes sense. And of course, he's going to
You
run
have
from this, and
nothing.
he don't
But
want
listen,
to answer
so-
to this.
so
This,
San
is,
Fran-
this is a real proof right here.
San
that
Francisco-
says this, and what he wants to do.
Joe, it's a
Run away.
tweet.
He wants
When
to
you
run
show
away.
me the regulations next week, if there's any regulations that got changed or a law passed, we'll come back to it.
Once
But
again, people.
all you want to do is speculate? We ain't gonna speculate.
Speculate. It's right here in writing. Commerce
come on.
Department has
So
been
listen.
instructed to get it done.
San Francisco spends...
Commerce Department has been
Joe, can we all
instructed
just get
to
Give it a
along?
it done.
directive.
Can't we all just get along, Joe?
Okay, we're getting along very good.
Rodney King died.
I was almost... I was almost over, and I just want to get to the next story. You've monopolized this hour almost completely. All right. So, San Francisco spends $30 million cleaning feces and needles.
Okay.
They have a homeless problem in San Francisco, right?
Okay.
They're allowing
The country.
everybody,
Hold
well,
on
the
one second.
country, but San Francisco spent $30 million picking up crap on the streets. And there's video of people just squatting and going in front of kids over there in San Francisco. Is that what you want for New Haven, Joe? For New Haven to become San Francisco?
What?
Where we become a sanctuary city, people are allowed. It's
Oh,
like
so
it's
wait a
like the
minute. So
Wild
wait a-
Wild West.
You
So-
really? Did he really
So
just?
wait a minute.
And the
Wait a minute,
opium
wait a
problem
minute.
is taken to the next level.
So wait a minute.
They're allowing people
So it's
to
only
stick
it's
needles.
o-
I didn't say immigrants.
so
Don't
it's
try to
only-
go there.
So it's only in San Francisco. where
yeah,
they
but we're
having this-
mimicking.
So it's only in
but
San
New
Francisco.
Haven's trying to become San Francisco.
So
They
this-
try to,
so the-
of course.
it's trying to come. Oh, who now is?
I'm just saying, is that what you want for New Haven?
I don't even know where that question is coming from. That's one of the silliest. Come on, try again. Let's get yourself. Take two
So
steps
you don't
back.
want to
so you
answer
can
that
make it
one
up.
either.
It's a stupid question. I'm not paying you any attention. Come on, man. We're wasting good time, man. This is good time that you're
Okay.
wasting with stupidity.
All right, here goes another one
Okay.
from Elizabeth Warren. Nearly 3 million more people.
Nothing you can say about Elizabeth Warren. That's how I'm even gonna defend. Just
Nope.
get past it.
Okay, let's get.
Just get past it.
Then you agree with me. You're almost
I'm not-
conservative on that issue.
I'm not agreeing with Jack, but it's just that whatever you say, Elizabeth Warren,
don't-
I don't
we don't
follow
trust
up on what it
Elizabeth
is. I don't sit around worrying about Elizabeth Warren. Come on, please. Something, give me something else.
Well, what I'm saying is, she said
I don't care. She said, he said, who cares? She said she sells
she
seashells by
might.
the
She might
seashore.
be a
Who cares?
nominee.
She might.
She might be a nominee.
I
Doubt it.
very much so doubt,
Doubt
it.
it.
So
I totally
let me
doubt
ask
it.
you a question: if it's Elizabeth Warren against Donald Trump, who you voting for?
It won't be Donald Trump.
So it'd be Elizabeth
It
Warren.
won't be Donald Trump.
So then it would be Elizabeth Warren, right?
It's
So
a-
then let me
it-
let me get to the story,
If
so
it
we
is,
don't
but she's not-
ignore your
she is.
next candidate for the
Okay.
Democrat Party.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. She said nearly 3 million more people voted for Hillary Clinton than for Donald Trump. But Trump took the presidency.
Okay.
That is not exactly the sign of a healthy democracy.
Okay.
Democracy hangs on the idea that whoever gets the most votes wins. Do you agree with her?
Okay. Again, here it goes. Look, she's talking about the electoral college versus the popular vote. And the way I look at it is, based on what she's saying, she's correct. However, do I want to see the electoral college go away? No. Reason being is because I don't want us to have candidates just chasing the popular votes and ignoring the voice of smaller states.
Wait, so she's correct? That's not the signs of a healthy democracy? Because 3 million,
but you're missing
Hillary won by 3 million
you're missing the point again.
In California.
But you're missing the point.
Those people squatting on the corners and crapping,
what about
they voted for Hillary Clinton.
How do you know this?
Just saying, that's where
but how do you know
she
this?
won by 3 million people in California.
And they're all the people sitting on the corner squatting?
Some of them.
That's just stupid. That's why I don't even want to follow that. That's just stupid.
Now you're defending people squatting on corners?
Harry,
I don't understand where you're going today,
Harry,
Joe.
You're making this show stupid now. Stop.
I'm just saying, now
you're just making noise.
Now you got upset
you're just
about
saying
people
anything
squatting.
now you're saying anything. Get back. If you want to talk about Elizabeth Warren, and you're talking about her, you're talking about her comparing the electoral college to the popular vote.
But she's quoting that 3 million people when 3 million people in California, Hillary won by 3 million people in California. So she wants to base our democracy on one state.
No, see, tell you this.
That's what she wants to do.
Okay, all right. If that's what you think, Harry, I've come to the conclusion right now.
Joe.
I just come to the conclusion.
What's the 3 million?
You're being silly right now. I get, I don't know.
How is that silly, Joe?
Marsha, I can't let you be in the room no more because he's showing off for you. And it's making them look silly.
I told y'all don't put me in.
You're so right. It's just making
one day y'all gonna listen to me. I know what I'm talking about most times.
It's just making them look silly with this nonsense. She's trying to take 3 million people from California.
What are you talking about?
I'm un-American.
She won
it's like,
by 3 million votes.
So what? So what? It was 3 million all out of California.
Of course. She won by 3 million in 2.9 million in California.
Okay.
And about 2.3 million in New York.
Okay.
So she wants to base our democracy on 2 states.
So what I'm saying, who does?
Elizabeth Warren.
I said, and I quote unquote, didn't I just say? I just said that I would hate to see
the electoral college
go away.
Joe, right? We were agreeing, but you get angry just to get angry.
You went to corral people pooping on the side of the street.
Democrats have Trump derangement syndrome. You get angry for nothing.
It's just nonsense. It's like you're gonna go. How could you even? Whatever. Go ahead.
All right, people. You've been listening to Drive By Headlines.
No, you've been listening to Nuthead Harry
on WNHH-LP. Thank you. Look,
and a fellow trying to make the best of it.
Hours up. So we gotta get out of here.
Joe Ugly in the morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Joe was very ugly today.
I wasted good notes.
All we have to do is we have to try to communicate here, Joe. This is ridiculous.
Come on, Harry. Come on, man.
You might as well come in with flashcards next time.
You know what I'm saying?
In the words of Obama.
People pooping on the side of the road. It's like, I've never heard more nonsense than that. It's like, and that's what you want to base our democracy on. It's like...
And apparently you want that for New Haven.
Yeah, and we want that for New Haven.
Even though we have better resources.
Harry is sharper than this, man.
All right, people.
Way sharper than this.
See ya!
What up, Mom? We just met, so I'ma take it slow. But I'ma lay down the laws and I'ma let you know I'm a freak by nature, won't hesitate.
103.5 FM Community Radio. I'm Tegan Engel, and this is The Table Underground. We're digging into stories of food, radical love, and creative social justice. This episode is a crossover between our usual food-focused shows and new equity and education stories supported through a fellowship with the Graustein Memorial Fund. Today's guest is Greg Smith, an aspiring chef I met recently at a community event. He started telling me excitedly about his love